Lo pikir Halo guys, lo pikir FTI itu ribet? Isinya alat berat, motor dengan oli, apa cowok semua?
Bentar, itu dulu. Kalau sekarang teknik itu seru, kreatif, dan bisa all gender kayak kita.
Oh, jelas dong, FTI Fix tempat inovasi.
Siap jadi bagian dari FTI?
Ini dia dunia penuh baut dan perkakas.
Tapi nggak cuma itu, mereka juga bikin robot, desain otomotif, bahkan teknologi yang ramah lingkungan.
Tenang aja, nggak harus kuat doang. Tapi buat apanya?
Kuat mikirnya dong.
Nah, ini dia alat yang digunakan mahasiswa mesin untuk praktikum. Kalau kalian masuk teknik mesin, jangan bosan-bosan sama alat ini ya.
Kalau hidup tanpa listrik, ya kayak hati tanpa dia, nggak ada nyetrumnya.
Tenang aja, lo tuh nggak perlu sedih, karena lo di sini bakal belajar listrik kok, sampai smart tech mana. Contohnya lo bakal belajar AI, IoT, bahkan sampai bikin drone lo.
Ini dia lab yang paling kita tunggu-tunggu, yaitu teknik elektro. Selain fasilitas yang lengkap, lab ini juga nyaman banget untuk mahasiswa yang sedang praktikum. Dan yang paling penting, teknik elektro ini sudah bekerja sama dengan PT Telkom Indonesia.
Teknik industri otak ke perusahaan loh, bikin semua sistem jadi efisien.
This is ekonominya teknik, bro.
Selain teknik elektro, industri juga punya laboratorium yang gak kalah keren loh.
Kalian jangan jadi pengguna aja, tapi sekaligus jadi pencipta.
Ngoding, bikin game, bikin aplikasi, itu mah gampang. Tapi jangan tanya soal cinta ya, itu mah baknya susah banget. Lo tahu nggak sih, dunia itu sekarang digerakin sama data loh.
Sistem informasi itu jembatannya teknologi sama strategi bisnis. Fix kita jadi problem solver kekinian.
Nggak cuma belajar nggak sih? FTI juga punya fasilitas yang kece-kece banget loh.
Oh iya.
Sel, mau kemana Kadang tuh teknik butuh tempat yang cozy juga ya.
Bener banget. Nah, di FTI kita punya perpus yang cozy abis nih. Nah, banyak banget spot santai kayak gini, buku-bukunya juga lengkap. Dan tahu nggak apa yang bikin PW di perpus ini?
Apaan tuh, Sel?
Wifi-nya di mana-mana. Jadi lu kalau mau nugas atau kelas online, lu bisa banget di perpus FTI.
Wah, keren banget berarti dong perpus FTI. Yang pertama, buku-bukunya banyak. Yang kedua, ada wifi. Pasti itu bakal bantu lu buat ngerjain tugas banget sama cari inspirasi baru dong.
Betul banget.
Jadi ini tuh tempat apa sih, Sel?
Nah, kalau ini student lunch FTI, lu bisa nyantai-nyantai di sini, nongkrong sama teman-teman lu, ngopi, atau ngerjain tugas juga bisa.
Wah, asik banget sih nih kantin FTI, keren lagi.
Tuh.
Jadi guys, FTI itu bukan sekedar tempat belajar doang loh, tapi juga buat kembangin diri lo ke versi yang paling keren.
Jadi gimana? Siap jadi tech talent berikutnya? Join aja FTI Trisakti.
FTI, Fix tempat inovasi. Lo pikir FTI itu ribet? Isinya alat berat, motor dengan oli, apa cowok semua?
Bentar, itu dulu. Kalau sekarang teknik itu seru, kreatif, dan bisa all gender kayak kita.
Oh, jelas dong, FTI Fix tempat inovasi.
Siap jadi bagian dari FTI?
Ini dia dunia penuh baut dan perkakas.
Tapi nggak cuma itu, mereka juga bikin robot, desain otomotif, bahkan teknologi yang ramah lingkungan.
Tenang aja, nggak harus kuat doang. Tapi kuat apanya?
Kuat mikirnya dong.
Nah, ini dia alat yang digunakan mahasiswa mesin untuk praktikum. Kalau kalian masuk teknik mesin, jangan bosan-bosan sama alat ini ya.
Kalau hidup tanpa listrik, ya kayak hati tanpa dia, nggak ada nyetrumnya.
Tenang aja, Sel, lo tuh nggak perlu sedih karena lo di sini bakal belajar listrik kok sampai smart tech mana. Contohnya lo bakal belajar AI, IoT, bahkan sampai bikin drone lo.
Ini dia lab yang paling kita tunggu-tunggu, yaitu teknik elektro. Selain fasilitas yang lengkap, lab ini juga nyaman banget untuk mahasiswa yang sedang praktikum. Dan yang paling penting, teknik elektro ini sudah bekerja sama dengan PT Telkom Indonesia.
Teknik industri otak perusahaan loh, bikin semua sistem jadi efisien.
This is ekonominya teknik, bro.
Selain teknik elektro, industri juga punya laboratorium yang gak kalah keren loh.
Kalian jangan jadi pengguna aja, tapi sekaligus jadi pencipta.
Ngoding, bikin game, bikin aplikasi, itu mah gampang. Tapi jangan tanya soal cinta ya, itu mah baknya susah banget. Lo tahu nggak sih, dunia itu sekarang digerakin sama data loh.
Sistem informasi itu jembatannya teknologi sama strategi bisnis. Fix kita jadi problem solver kekinian.
Nggak cuma belajar nggak sih, FTI juga punya fasilitas yang kece-kece banget loh.
Oh iya,
Sel, mau kemana Kadang tuh teknik butuh tempat yang cozy juga ya.
bener banget. Nah, di FTI kita punya perpus yang cozy abis nih. Nah, banyak banget spot santai kayak gini, buku-bukunya juga lengkap. Dan tahu nggak apa yang bikin PW di perpus ini?
Apaan tuh, Sel?
Wifi-nya di mana-mana. Jadi lu kalau mau nugas atau kelas online, lu bisa banget di perpus FTI.
Wah, keren banget berarti dong perpus FTI. Yang pertama, buku-bukunya banyak. Yang kedua, ada wifi. Pasti itu bakalan bantu lu buat ngerjain tugas banget sama cari inspirasi baru dong.
Betul banget.
Jadi, ini tuh tempat apa sih, Sel?
Nah, kalau ini student lunch FTI, lu bisa nyantai-nyantai di sini, nongkrong sama teman-teman lu, ngopi, atau ngerjain tugas juga bisa.
Wah, asik banget sih nih kantin FTI. Keren lagi.
Tuh.
Jadi guys, FTI itu bukan sekedar tempat belajar doang loh, tapi juga buat kembangin diri lo ke versi yang paling keren.
Jadi gimana? Siap jadi tech talent berikutnya? Join aja FTI Trisakti.
FTI, Fix tempat inovasi.
Tes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to everyone. My name is Hasna Hornisa, and it is my honor to serve as your Master of Ceremonies for today's International Guest Lecture Program. Distinguished Profesor Dr. Insinyur Rianti Dewi Sulamet Aryo Bimo, ST Master Engineer IPU, Dean of Faculty of Industrial Technology, Trisakti University. Profesor Benz Pardermian PhD, Director of Bioinformatics and Data Science Research Center, Bina Nusantara University, along with the delegation from Bina Nusantara University. Mrs. Chandra Sari, MCom in Zoom, the head of the Information System Study Program, Universitas Trisakti. Our distinguished international guest lecturer, Dr. Zwidi Mosi Erune, respected lecturer and invited guests, dear student and participant joining us both on-site and via Zoom, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the organizing committee, it is my great privilege to welcome you to the International Guest Lecture Program organized as part of the joint visiting professor program between Bina Nusantara University and Universitas Trisakti. Today's program carries the theme Cultural Heritage, Responsible Artificial Intelligence, and Inclusive Digital Transformation. We are truly honored by the presence of our distinguished guests and all participants attending today's program, both here at Universitas Trisakti and online via Zoom. We hope that this will provide valuable academic insight, encourage meaningful discussion, and strengthen international academic collaboration between our institutions. Before we begin, we kindly ask all on-site participants to set their mobile phone to silent mode. And for participants joining via Zoom, please keep your microphone mute during the presentation. You may use the raise hand feature or the check box during the question and answer session. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now begin today's program. Before proceeding to the next agenda, we will first watch a safety instruction video regarding the emergency procedure and evacuation route with the FG building. May I kindly ask all participants to direct their attention to the screen.
Selamat datang di Gedung Heri Hartanto, Fakultas Teknologi Industri, Universitas Trisakti, Jakarta.
Gedung ini terdiri dari 8 lantai dengan 2 bagian gedung yang disebut Gedung F dan G. Terletak di sebelah selatan Jalan Kiai Tapa atau di sebelah timur Jalan Letjen S. Parman, Tomang, Jakarta Barat.
Mengikuti Permen RI nomor 36 tahun 2005 pasal 59 tentang keharusan sebuah gedung menyediakan sarana evakuasi dan sistem peringatan bahaya manakala terjadi bencana. Maka, gedung ini memiliki sarana dan sistem peringatan bahaya sebagai berikut. Terdapat 3 jalur evakuasi di gedung ini, yaitu 2 jalur evakuasi melalui pintu darurat di sebelah barat gedung, melewati tangga yang kemudian keluar di pintu barat menuju assembly point atau titik kumpul di taman sebelah barat gedung. Jalur evakuasi lainnya adalah melalui tangga darurat tanpa pintu di sebelah timur menuju lobi di lantai dasar, lalu keluar menuju assembly point atau titik kumpul di halaman sebelah timur gedung.
Gedung ini dilengkapi smoke detector dan fire sprinkler yang terhubung dengan fire alarm yang terdapat di tiap lantai. Dan semuanya terhubung ke panel induk alarm yang terletak di lantai dasar gedung. Di sebelah timur di setiap lantai gedung terdapat alat pemadam api ringan atau APAR. Adapun cara penggunaan APAR adalah sebagai berikut. Tarik kunci pengaman. Pegang bagian ujung selang dan arahkan ke sumber api. Tekan tuas. Kibaskan ujung selang hingga api padam.
Bencana datang tidak pernah kita duga, khususnya kebakaran. Kita dapat meminimalkannya dengan cara sebagai berikut. Tidak membuang puntung rokok secara sembarangan, tidak menggunakan stop kontak melebihi batas beban 1500 watt, selalu mematikan peralatan elektronik setelah tidak dipergunakan dan mencabut kabelnya dari stop kontak. Apabila timbul asap yang cukup banyak atau panas yang tinggi, smoke detector dan fire sprinkler akan bekerja otomatis. Fire alarm akan berbunyi. Pada panel induk alarm akan dapat dilihat lokasi dari mana asap atau panas yang tinggi itu berasal.
Di awal terjadinya kebakaran, menjadi tugas building captain untuk melakukan penanggulangan awal terhadap kejadian kebakaran dan juga meminimalkan akibat-akibat dari kebakaran tersebut. Apabila api tidak bisa dipadamkan menggunakan APAR, maka building captain dibantu petugas lainnya memadamkan api dengan menggunakan hydrant kabinet. Bila kebakaran tidak bisa diatasi juga, maka building captain akan menelpon pemadam kebakaran di nomor 112 dan meminta teknisi untuk mematikan listrik di lantai yang terjadi kebakaran.
Jika alarm tidak berbunyi saat terjadi kebakaran, individu yang melihat pertama kalinya bisa menekan manual call point atau tombol manual fire atau segera melapor kepada building captain di extension 8425 atau petugas keamanan dengan nomor 566-3232 extension 8169 yang kemudian akan menyalakan manual call point secara manual untuk menghidupkan alarm kebakaran.
Di saat hari libur atau di luar jam kerja, maka menjadi tugas satuan pengamanan untuk bertanggung jawab dalam melakukan langkah-langkah penanggulangan kebakaran yang terjadi. Berikut ini langkah-langkah evakuasi saat terjadi kebakaran. Demikianlah safety briefing untuk Gedung Heri Hartanto, Fakultas Teknologi Industri Universitas Trisakti, Jakarta.
Patut diketahui bahwa gedung ini adalah area bebas rokok. Jadi kepada siapapun yang berada dalam gedung untuk tidak merokok. Terima kasih.
Thank you. We can now ask for everyone to observe the safety procedure today's program. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed with the singing of the Indonesian National Anthem Indonesia Raya, followed by Mars Trisakti. May I kindly invite all outside participants to stand up. And participants joining via Zoom are also respectfully invited to stand where possible. Please remain standing until both songs have been complete.
Universitas Trisakti, pusat biakannya amanat pendidikan, menyumbang tenaga sarjana, berkarya dengan penuh jiwa, berkibarlah panci-pancimu, lambang jiwa bergerak maju, dengan tekad bersatu mengabdikan karyamu, membangun Indonesia Raya. Universitas Trisakti tegak perkasa, indah menghias bersaya, nusa dan bangsa penuh bangga, bukti bakti sepanjang masa, berkibarlah panci-pancimu, lambang jiwa bergerak maju, dengan tekad bersatu mengabdikan karyamu, membangun Indonesia Raya. Universitas Trisakti dirgahayulah, bimbinglah seluruh putra, bangun negara Pancasila, wujudkan Indonesia Jaya, berkibarlah panci-pancimu, lambang jiwa bergerak maju, dengan tekad bersatu mengabdikan karyamu, membangun Indonesia Raya.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to the welcome remarks and official opening of the International Guest Lecture Program. It is our great honor to invite Profesor Dr. Insinyur Rianti Dewi Sulamet Aryo Bimo, ST Master Engineer, IPU, Dean of Faculty of Industrial Technology, Universitas Trisakti. To deliver the welcome remarks and officially open today's, Professor, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mbak Husna. All our distinguished guests, especially for Dr. Sudi Musi Eruneti, is it right? And all other distinguished guests, distinguished lecturers, and all our beloved students in this room or in Zoom room. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan, and may we all in the blessing of Allah. First of all, I would like to welcome. Thank you very much for Dr. Zildi for giving us your precious time and coming to Universitas Trisakti and share with us your knowledge, especially for our students. And also to my best friends, Pattern, Prof. Benz, thank you again and welcome again. And also for all other guests who has arrived in Universitas Trisakti to come and hear the international guest lectures given by Dr. Zedi Mosi. We would like to. We really honored with the coming of Dr. Sevdi, and we do hope that this is the opening of another collaborations that we will have in the next time. And we do hope that you can share a lot of your knowledge, Dr. Sevdi, and it will be means a lot for all of us, especially for our students. And thanks again, Professor Benz, because you have made this moment possible. And we do hope that we will have more and more and more collaborations together and bringing all together because we want to raise our success together. Maybe because of the themes of this international GAC lecture is more interested, I think I will not prolong our speech because we will hear more and more cheerful things and a lot of new knowledge from Dr. Sevdi. I hope Dr. Sevdi, you also can share with us about the tradition in your country and everything because it's very far away and I think me myself haven't go there. Haven't visit your country, but I hope one day I can visit your country. But before that happens, maybe you can also share a little bit about your country, so we will know your country better. Maybe that's all. Thank you very much for all the committee who have prepared this, and please accept our deepest apology if there's something that is not went right. That's all. Thank you very much again. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Professor, for the inspiring remarks and for officially opening the International Guest Lecture Program. May today's program strengthen academic, collaboration, and knowledge exchange between Universitas Trisakti and Bina Nusantara University. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to the academic presentation session today's program. Before the main guest lecture, we will begin with a brief introduction to the AI Center of Bina Nusantara University, including an overview of its current project. It is our great honor to invite Professor Benz Pardamian, PhD, Director of the Bioinformatics and Data Science Research Center, Bina Nusantara University, to deliver the presentation. Professor, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Wah, lumayan rame ya pagi semuanya. Thank you. Let me just start a bit some information. So, go in the Zoom, yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's retake. Second take. Yeah. Thank you. So let me introduce our special guest. So special because a lot of information we learned from him, also from his country. Yesterday can amaze us. So let me share. So first of all, thank you for Trisakti, to Prof. Rianti, good friend, ya kan. Thank you for this is I think the second year we conduct this activity to share different knowledge from different country regarding I understand is the current sexy trend is AI, but AI more than the AI what we know now. So we will discuss for the whole day today regarding the AI, not just in the technology but other aspects. And now this when I create this research center, one of the the main feature, other than research itself, is to have a slot, annual slot, to invite a professor around the world, and that's budgeted by our foundation. This is, I think, the 15 years this slot we have been, conducted. Now, what is interesting this year? This year we invited visiting professor from the continent of Africa, which is the first time we have done. So by doing this, we cover the whole 4 continents for this visiting professor slot. It's a long time. The visiting professor is from United States, which is my second home, country, and we expand to European, and then we had I think from Australia, Swinburne University Technology, and this year we cover for the first time from Africa, and now with Debre Marcos University, which is Dr. Zodi's home base. Apparently, this Debre Marcos, lie to 205,000, 2.5 kilometer above sea level. It is very cold area. He can share that things later. And Debre Marcos, relatively very new university. I think it's founded 2005, and very young compared to Venus or even Trisakti, and is owned by the government, state-owned university, and but they are really looking forward for collaboration with the university outside the Ethiopia itself, and we currently have 2 MOA running with them. The second year, or it's multi-years. I think is that 3 years, Andrea? Yeah, 3 years. 3 years. Yeah, 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. So it's covered in the health sector by informatics and the AI. And so we invite one of the faculty members this year, and they're willing to come and to share the African experience with us in terms of research and other aspects, especially cultural things. Now, what is a small world to me, and I happen to know a lot of Ethiopian culture and culinary and food, because during my stay in the US, and one of my PI named Germat Olisadik is from Ethiopia. So I learned a lot of about Ethiopian food, like the best of their bread called injera, and then the national food is dorowat. That's for chicken, and then segawat if the the protein is from the beef. So so we know also how the Ethiopian where they discover what we know now, coffee, right? And I think it's in Amhara, it's coffee. Yeah. So the term of coffee from their own language, and also if you like anthropology, the skeleton of Lucy, the oldest human Homo sapiens, so that's discovered from in the Ethiopia also. So there's a lot of interesting history behind that. I asked Dr. Daudi to share some information which we shared yesterday at Venus, and maybe the audience in Trisakti interested to learn more about Ethiopia, and Ethiopia part of Indonesia KTT Asia Africa in Bandung. So the delegation came and to establish diplomatic relationship with Indonesia way back in the 50s. So historically, this country is pretty high in the cultural heritage background. So I asked Jody to come to visit and share with Trisakti since last year. Thank you. Trisakti has been hosting the visiting professor, and I think last year even bigger, right, Vidya? Yeah, Pak Rector presence and so on, right? Yeah. Last year we have bigger. So anyway, so hopefully for today we have will be fruitful discussion and conversation, not just about AI but also cultural issue in Ethiopia. I think it's very important to know the other culture than what we have now. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at the main agenda of today's program, the International Guest Lecture Session. It is our great privilege to welcome our distinguished international guest lecturer, Dr. Zuidi Moshi Erune. During the session, Dr. Zui Mosi Erune will deliver two insightful presentation entitled, first, Ethiopia, a land of origin and enduring heritage, and second, artificial intelligence and gender bias and natural language processing. We believe this topic will broaden our academic perspective and encourage meaningful discussion on cultural heritage, artificial intelligence, and inclusive digital transformation. To guide us through the lecture and discussion session, it is my pleasure to invite our moderator, Mr. Anung Barlianto Ariwibowo, MCOM, to lead the session. Please welcome our moderator with a warm round of applause.
Okay, thank you, Hasna, our MC for today. Good morning, everyone on site and on Zoom as well as on YouTube. We will begin our main event today. We will hear experience from Ethiopian perspective from our honorable guest today, Dr. Zudi Mosi Erunek, PhD. Let me introduce first, before we begin, a short CV of Dr. Zudi. Dr. Zudi, you can sit on the front, please. Dr. Zudi is an assistant professor of electrical and computer engineering at Bre Marcos University. He earned his PhD in electrical engineering and computer science from National Taipei University from Taiwan. His expertise is spans across NLP, natural language processing, and he will give a perspective from heritage side of view today. I will not spend a lot of time to introduce him, so we can hear more knowledge and experience from him. Please, Dr. Zudi, time is yours. Selamat pagi. Good morning. I'm happy to be here because of these two universities, yeah, Venus and Trisakti and Sakti. Thank you so much making this happen. And actually, yesterday we do have a good day with Venus and all the teams, the two teams. We had a good time yesterday, and today we are here to share and learn each other. And this happened especially because of Professor from BDRC and Dr. Andire and the other teams. Thank you once again. And let me start from introducing my country, Ethiopia. And yesterday I was wondered the whole day because unexpectedly Professor knows Ethiopia more than me. Almost he knows everything. So I was the whole day wondering, thinking again and again, he knows more about Ethiopia. Everything. So thank you once again. So Ethiopia is actually located in the eastern part of Africa, and we call it the Horn of Africa or East Africa. Maybe if you have been maybe in Kenya or Somalia, Eritrea, Uganda, yeah, these parts of Africa we call the Horn of Africa or the eastern part of Africa. Yeah. So Ethiopia is one of the Horn of African countries, and I'm from Ethiopia. As Professor mentioned before, you might heard of Lucy. Yeah, it's ancestors of humankind, which was discovered in Ethiopia before millions of years ago. And it's the root of a human being is from Ethiopia, which is we call it Lucy. Yeah, so the first humankind discovered in Ethiopia, she's female. Actually, it's discovered in the lost part of Ethiopia, which is Afar, and actually Ethiopia is one of the high altitude country below sea level, and Debre Marcos too, very, as Professor mentioned, is almost 25,000 above sea level, which is very high. Maybe almost now I am at the lowest level in Indonesia, yeah, but I came from the highest one. So I'm experiencing these two landscapes. So have you heard of before maybe this Lucy? No? Yeah, the first time, yeah. Yesterday, yeah. So it's the first canine discovered in Ethiopia. So you may refer this there are books available discussing about this Lucy, yeah. And the second aspect of Ethiopia is never colonized. Yeah, never colonized. And actually, I learned yesterday from Professor, there is also an Asian country never colonized, Thailand. Yeah, I learned yesterday this one. And Ethiopia never colonized before. Actually, the Italians tried to occupy, but they were defeated at the Battle of maybe Adwa. We call it Adwa, and we pushed them our way. So Ethiopia never colonized. As one of the success history of this country. And this the image you show is these are battlefield men during the war who fought the Italians with the horse and other traditional tools, yeah, to beat the Italians. Actually, they were very armed group, the Italians, but after 5 years they have been defeated in the Battle of Adwa. Yeah, you may search Adwa. If you search the word Adwa, you can find this history, yeah, the history of Ethiopia related to war. The other part is actually Ethiopia, we do have our own calendar. Yeah, we are now in the year of 2018, not 2026. Back 8 years, yeah? Yeah. So maybe this is derived from actually from church. The calendar is prepared by the church, actually the Coptic church, part of Coptic church, as Professor mentioned, from Orthodox Christian. Yeah, the calendar is based on that, and we are a bit back 8 years. So now in Ethiopia, 2018. And if you go to Ethiopia, you may be younger than 8 years, yeah? If you go there, you subtract from your age 8 or 7 years. So you can come and check that one. Yeah, so, and we use also 12-hour clock, not 24-hour. So we now almost in Ethiopia is around 6 p.m. AM, sorry, 6 a.m. 6 a.m. So we are maybe back 4 hours, maybe from Indonesia, yeah, 4 hours. So we use this 12-hour clock, and actually sometimes we at morning there will be 6 a.m. and at evening the same, maybe 12 in local clock. So at 12 it will come to the night, then count again 1. So it works like that, the timing issue. Anyway, we do have a unique calendar in Ethiopia. That is one of the point. And as Professor mentioned, the origin of coffee is from Ethiopia. Coffee Arabica is actually the Arabica is, we do have some locations there, and it's, yeah, the majority of the coffees are harvested from forest. It's an organic coffee. If you go to some forests, you may find coffee and harvest, and you can use it. So it's a birthplace of coffee, coffee Arabica. Coffee Arabica. And I think you may have been experienced this coffee in maybe Indonesia. And I know Indonesia is one of the largest coffee producer country, yeah, in the world. I think maybe the second or the third, yeah. So Ethiopia is also one of the largest coffee producer, and the origin is from there, which is coffee. So we actually, we used harvesting coffee from forest. It's organic, yeah, actually it's purely organic, but one of the currency of the GDP of the country is based on, especially on coffee. Yeah, we are coffee producers, and we depend on coffee to have some foreign currency. Yeah, and the majority of the GDP role is from farming, actually. Almost 85% of the populations are based on farming. Yeah, So, and one of the big source of income is coffee in Ethiopia. And the people and the language, actually, we are the largest population in Africa, maybe the second in Africa. Yeah, it's around 120 million people are living in Ethiopia. Maybe the first is, I think, Nigeria. Yeah, you know Nigeria maybe, yeah. Yeah, Nigeria, and the second populated country is Ethiopia. It's around 120 million. And as I mentioned before, this is the country where located. It's part of East Africa, and we call it the Horn Africa. And the capital city of Ethiopia is Addis Ababa. Yeah, Addis Ababa. And actually, it's not only the capital city of Ethiopia, it's also the capital city of Africa. Yeah, maybe this is actually the capital city of Africa's domain, since Ethiopia is a role model of independence. Yeah, almost the African Union is like European Union. The headquarters is located in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa. And there are also other diplomat offices located in Addis Ababa because of the history of Ethiopia, as I have mentioned before. Because many countries open their embassy in Addis Ababa because they do have their own great history to be never colonized, and many countries open their embassy early, yeah. And Indonesia even is one part of this history. They joined the diplomacy early, yeah. So this is the capital city, Addis Ababa. Maybe you may search and see how maybe Addis Ababa looks like. You can have, but there are other countries near to, maybe this is the Red Sea actually. Yeah, this is the Red Sea, which separates actually Africa and Asia. Yeah, the Red Sea. And the country is very diversified, almost home to more than 80 tribes or ethnic groups. And I learned Indonesia too, yeah. There are so many ethnic or tribe groups, and we share common things, yeah. So these are some of the tribes found in Ethiopia, maybe with different clothing culture. Yesterday I wear that clothes, but today, sorry, not having that traditional clothes. Sorry for that one. And ethnically diversified society in different parts of the country. Oh, yeah, very good question. Almost in terms of size, we do have an ethnic group of Oromo, yeah. And the second is Amhara, which is, yeah, me is part of Amhara, yeah. The second, yeah, in size, and even the national or the working language of the country is from my ethnic family, which is Amharic, yeah, Amharic. So actually these are maybe almost this clothing, yeah, it's mixed, yeah. There are also maybe some societies in the bush, yeah. You may get, yeah, societies live in bush and have maybe one of the tourist areas to see them in the bush even. Yeah, you may find such societies in the bush. Yeah. We do have almost different languages, more than 87 individual languages found in the country, and actually the official language is Amharic, and there are also actually this Oromifa is a language for the Oromo ethnic group, and we have also Tigrinya, Somali. There are a few of the languages used in Ethiopia, and in a school as a lingua franca we used English, but the majority of the society used Amharic for common language, the official language. In different office, Amharic can be used. And actually we do have regions, administrative regions, so those regions may use their own language, but the common language is Amharic. Yeah, this is a script. One of the unique thing for Ethiopia is it uses its own script to write. Yeah, we are not using the script of Latin. We use our own script, and these are the symbols of the script. It's around 32. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost English is 26. Yeah, it's around 32. So the script is almost different. And as I have mentioned, it's the source is from church. Yeah, the calendar, even the language script is from church. So, yeah, it's an official script. So to write in this language, we use a different script, not the Latin script. Yeah. But where I can write maybe. Yeah. So Ben. Yeah.
Okay, let's see how that is.
Sorry, maybe I made a mistake because of using this one. Ben. Oh, sorry. The mouse. I have to use
The whiteboard.
only three characters. Base.
So it's from right to left or left to right?
Left to right.
From bottom to top.
Benz. Maybe I can write Andrea.
Yeah, 5. So this is a script. As you see, it's not a Latin script. That's different. Yeah, yeah. They do have their own, yeah? Chinese maybe. Yeah, Chinese Mandarin. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, yeah. It's very hard actually to write in Chinese for me. It's actually from the local. Sometimes we may the they use this one. This yeah, yeah. This Tigrenya, you see, there's a bit near to this one, so they have some similarity, and we may try. So this is actually the script, which is to write this language. And actually, there are also languages which use Latin script to write. This language, for example, uses the Latin script, even though it is the language of from the Oromo family. They use the Latin script. And in terms of administration, and professor yesterday mentioned he knows the last king of Ethiopia, yeah. Emperor Haile Selassie. And actually, this is the recent one, but the country has an old kingdom before maybe around 7th century. There was a kingdom, and they have tried to build some old buildings. You see this one now, it's a tourist area actually. They built their palace using stones, and this is also some art done during the 7th century, and actually the Italians took this one to their country even, and after maybe many years, they returned it back with some negotiation. So there was a very old kingdom around 7th century. And the other one is actually Christianity is adopted early in the country. And there are historical churches found and now used as a tourist destination in the country. And if you see maybe this image, it's a tourist area and actually used as a church of Orthodox Christianity, but it has been built from a rock, and they try to drill rocks to have this church. Maybe you see this one. This is the land, and they go down to have this church. Yeah, digging. Now still there, and it's one of the tourist area to be seen by many tourists from different countries. Maybe if you search it on YouTube or whatever, you can find it. Lalibela, we call it Lalibela, and maybe if I can use it, maybe it's better to show you this one. Sorry. On the video. Okay. Okay. see this one, this is a church. So dig to the ground to have this, you see? Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure exactly, but it's almost around 3 levels maybe, yeah. So now it's used as a famous tourist destination in Ethiopia. Yeah, and it's ground. Yeah. Another topic here. Oh, it's time. Sorry. Okay, okay. So it's also have a history to adopt Islamic in the country, and they may get this the name Ethiopia. I mean, maybe in Quran. Yeah, I'm sure. You may get maybe with Habasha. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you can find it in Quran, the name Habasha or Ethiopia. And it has the history to adopt Islamic in the country. So it entertains both religions and others, even in early in the world history. So it adopts Islamic, and there are also many mosques in the country now, and even before, many years ago in the 7th century. So the other is the culture. We have a collectivist society sharing different values together as a community, and we also celebrate coffee, yeah, with respect to share their feelings and so on. And this is a coffee ceremony. You drink coffee, and you do have your own clothes to celebrate this coffee. And these are some of the pictures to celebrate coffee ceremony. And this is also a coffee ceremony to have a guest, and a respected guest. You have to prepare coffee. And if you see this is Obama, yeah. When he came to visit Ethiopia, so the delegates has to prepare a coffee and have some coffee ceremony. And other leaders are respected with this coffee ceremony, as you see maybe in the figure. So it has great value. And the food. Yeah, the food in the country is the common and famous food is injera, and Professor mentioned this one before, and he knows injera. It's actually a flat bread. It's a flat bread, and you put it variety of food items on that injera, and eat maybe with your hands. Yeah, it's commonly we use our hand to eat. And if you see here, there are different varieties of wheat, and Professor knows maybe sagawat, dorowat, yeah, sagawat, dorowat, beef, chicken. They are common foods, and actually there are varieties of foods on vegetarian and even non-vegetarians available. So this is a common food, and the one is basically injera, and injera is used as maybe the synonym for rice in other countries. Maybe we use injera in every food. Yeah, yeah. It actually is made of teff. You know, teff is a very tiny grain, and yeah, teff actually is it's a gluten free. Yeah, it's a gluten free. Yeah, so good, which is injera and other varieties. So actually we use commonly spicy foods. Yeah, spicy, and I experienced it here also. There are many spices as the food in here. Maybe Professor knows every, I think, item in here. Yeah. Now, yeah. Yeah, you told me no restaurants. Yeah, it's injera, yeah. Almost, yeah, it's injera. Yeah, this is some of the events when they prepare an Indonesian food in Ethiopia with the embassy, yeah, to show. And there is also music and dance, variety of music and dance are available. And we have tourist areas, tourist sites. Yeah, from the high land to the lowland of the country, we do have lots of tourist areas. You may heard of maybe the Samen Mountain in Zafar, which is a lost and a very hot area. Yeah, this one. It's a magma. It's a very hot material, yeah. Yeah. You can look maybe live when it the magma flows out from the ground. It's like a hot water, yeah. Yeah, it blows. Yeah, it's a reflection. So it's found in the lost land of Ethiopia. Yeah. Yeah, and we do have other tourist areas. Even this one is the same. You see? And there are also maybe beautiful girls, yeah, in Ethiopia. You? I hear. Anyone, yeah. These are girls in Ethiopia from different ethnic groups, maybe. So, yeah, maybe if you go Addis Ababa, I think you may look at such girls, especially in the capital city. Yeah, some, yeah, they are not actually using some, in rural areas, you can find the original maybe face with no decoration. But in cities, we may have some decoration actually, but most of the time they are natural beauty. Yeah, natural beauty. The other one is the clothes. We do have traditional clothes with different size, and it's made of actually cotton. And some of the women's are made with hands, but now replaced by machines. Yeah. Having this one now, we Ethiopians and the Indonesians have a long history in diplomacy. And it's around 1955, there was a conference, and based on that conference, the two countries have established their diplomatic relationship in 1961. And the conference was held in Bandung. It's like that, yeah? Yeah. So, yeah, it's long, yeah? And we do have also commenting, as I mentioned before, we are the largest coffee producer, and now I am here because of the collaboration between Debre Marcos University and Binus University here in Indonesia, and now I am here in one of the collaborators of Binus University. Yeah. Yeah, I am from Debre Marcos University. I will mention it. Yeah, as Professor mentioned it before, we have this university, Debre Marcos University, is actually located 300 kilometers far from the capital city to the north. And it's a public university. Yeah, it's a public university, almost, it's very young, maybe 20 years age, maybe, yeah, 20, around 20 years. And it's a public university. And education in Ethiopia is free, actually. It's almost all the costs are covered by the government, but you may have some share to pay after you have secured your job, maybe. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, a credit. You may pay after you secured your job. Yeah, to be maybe deducted from your salary after you have secured your job. Otherwise, it's free. And we provide even food. Yeah, the food and the tuition fee are covered by the government. So you simply have your some materials and go to the university, and then you will eat from the university. Yeah, and the students' task is only to think of their education, not food, not maybe other tuition fees and so on, but it's free. So it's a public university normally, and this is some of the views. Actually, yeah, I took it. It's very green. Yeah, it's very green. Yeah, I can show maybe a video if you do have time, and it's very green. So the look actually, and this is only the administration building. This, you see this one, the administration building, the president and the vice presidents located. I think I have taken many times, so excuse me, and this is what Ethiopia is. And terima kasih, አመሰግናለሁ, and thank you. I can continue, or maybe okay. Maybe issues or after I have completed, or about Ethiopia, maybe you can continue first, and then later on also. Okay.
Before we continue, I will try to remind the audience, especially on this room, to hold your questions, if any, to later session after Prof. Judy deliver his presentation. Thank you.
So you can have your own your question maybe after this presentation. We can discuss. You can raise any questions related to the country. And the second issue is actually is related. It's culture and AI, and the role of AI in terms of culture, and how we use AI in terms of culture maybe, and the role of this AI in transforming any country or any system is to be discussed in here. I will try to make it very short, not to make you maybe tired of. So the global trend now in cultural heritage and AI is trending, and there are reports prepared by UNESCO 2025 and even 2026. There is actually a need to have some protection technique about the culture because of this AI age. So how we protect these communal things from the negative aspect of AI is a very important issue now. And how we use even for the benefit of culture, not for the negative side of culture. And there are many reports that indicate there may be some danger related to culture and AI unless we use maybe responsibly. We have to be responsible to use AI. Otherwise, very hard to keep maybe our heritage properly to pass through generation. So we need to keep proper use of AI. And also in terms of AI, we need to have also accommodate algorithm pluralism. Now there is a very limited owners of these AI algorithms, which are not maybe available in different countries maybe. So actually the AI industry is now almost in the hands of few individuals. Yeah, maybe OpenAI with some company, yeah, ChatGPT, the DeepSeek, and others are on the hands of few peoples. So, but we need to develop our own algorithm depending on our culture. The context has to be considered when using AI. So in the context of maybe Indonesian society, in the context of Ethiopian society, the AI has to be shaped in that way. Yeah, otherwise we may be biased to some culture to adopt, because now some scholars argue maybe there is colonization still. Yeah, we are colonized with different technologies because we are about to use their technology and have some biasness. Yeah, there are some scholars maybe, I'm not sure, maybe Professor agrees this one. And Professor, yesterday we had a good evening after our discussion with dinner and have discussed a lot. And Professor shared me very important points, how AI is used and for whom AI is used. Can I share it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, Professor yesterday shared AI is used for 3 purposes. Maybe you may have your own thought. Who, maybe how, these 3. I learned it from Professor yesterday. AI for whom? Maybe your thought, how AI used for whom, maybe for a particular country, for example, for America maybe, or for German, for Indonesia, or for any other country. For whom AI used? For the society? Or for the government? Or for maybe business? Yeah. Anyway, we use for these purposes. Having maybe some examples, actually, Professor shared the idea with examples, maybe which country fits for which. AI used for the government, AI for the society, AI for the business owners. AI for business owners. So you can think of maybe which category works for which country, maybe for Indonesia, for Ethiopia, for America, or for England, which works, you can associate maybe. But the thing is, we need to have this pluralism on the algorithm so that we may not be in the hands of those individuals in one or another way. So we have to have algorithm diversity, not only having maybe DeepSeek or OpenAI or whatever. We need to have our own algorithm so that we can manage easily, maybe we can incorporate our culture. Yeah. For example, if you search maybe on DeepSeek or ChatGPT, you may ask in the context of your culture. It may not tell you exactly. And the young generation may think of that is true, but it is not true. Yeah. Otherwise, if maybe a student of maybe university as the first year write on a given algorithm and want to know more about Indonesia or Ethiopia, those tools may give a result, but how we make sure that is correct about Indonesia? No, because those owners of the AI, the trainers of the algorithm, are not from this culture, this context. So we need to take care of such issues, and that is by having many algorithms, our own maybe tools that understand the context of the culture, the Indonesian culture, the Ethiopian culture, has to be incorporated on this algorithm. And so we need to have this pluralism. And the other issue is actually we have to be ethical to use, and we have to take responsibility to use the AI tools. Yeah, I'm not sure maybe now, since AI is booming very fast, it's very hard to handle the young generation. In my country, it's very hard. Even during exam, during exam, it's very hard, and we are almost fighting with the student because they handle their knowledge with the phone. So they try to have their phone during exam and not their mind, but they use this one. Yeah, they use their phone. So their mind is not now almost taken by these available tools. So I think the issue is now we have to make ready the generation to be responsible by themselves, not by the others. So we need to have some educational awareness. Maybe we need to have maybe our own curriculum. But in Ethiopia, we are now revising the curriculum, the educational curriculum, to incorporate AI and responsible use of AI. Otherwise, these young generations are simply, they are using the tool and they think of everything is true. Everything that available on the tools may think of is true because they are not referring books. They use this simply this tool. And that is our role actually. And we need to have some cultural issue, how to use and so on. And there are reports that warn this issue. Actually, we have cultural and heritage related issues, and this is one term maybe you may use it. Spectacularization is it's a warning actually. There are some reports to warn the use of this AI tools in terms of culture. They warn maybe some cultures are almost maybe abused with some technologies to be artistic, not actually from the heart of origin, rather they try to make it with some tool and have as a fun, but it's not actually the representative of the original culture or heritage. They may use tools to do that, but it's not appropriate. Some reports indicate that. So that is related to the culture. And we need to have also some awareness on our ecosystem to keep that, because of this AI, and when to use AI. Actually now AI is a very energy intensive industry. Yeah, it has become a very energy intensive area, and that has to be considered too. So culture actually can be kept with digitization, but with proper use is a very important point. We need to have also language translation. Actually, I have mentioned it yesterday. Keeping our language is one of the very important issue. We have to keep our language as it is. Actually, language can grow, but the growth has to be aligned with original source, not with have some mixed with other languages maybe. For example, we adopt many terms from other languages, but that's not maybe the proper one. So we keep aligned with the language of the origin properly. I'm not sure, maybe there are some terms that are almost changed because of these young generations, which are, they simply create a new version of the word. But it has to be translated as it is. And I mentioned yesterday there is also language translation problems in AI tools. I have mentioned yesterday. And there is also algorithmic bias is related to responsible use of AI. Maybe I mentioned yesterday actually this one. Some research, maybe these companies, for example, Google. The Google company, they do have many algorithms, and one of Ethiopian scholar working there, which is Timnit Gabru, you may search on Google. Yeah, you may search on Google. Shows against of the algorithm. Yeah, Timnit. Why she was against of the algorithm? Actually, she was working there in the Google company, but she raised an issue of algorithmic problem because there is bias on the algorithm. There is bias. She argued, no, your algorithm make error on the black face. You know, maybe if you have a face recognition algorithm, if the algorithm sees maybe a black face, the algorithm may not consider as a human being. May consider as maybe chimpanzee. That's an error, algorithmic error. So she was against of this Google company, and the company fired her. Now she already established her own company. Actually, she's a scholar. So this is the back that we don't know, maybe the way how the algorithm is developed. Yeah, because it's data, yeah, actually, yeah, it's data. Unless you provide enough data and quality data to the algorithm, there is an error actually, yeah. If you give maybe a black face and maybe a chimpanzee, to the algorithm, it may classify the chimpanzee as man. And that has to be, I think, need to be considered. And actually, this is the responsibility of those developers, actually. They have to be responsible, not to bias. Yeah, because they use their own data, they collect their own data from different sources. So they have to be responsible for such error. And this is algorithmic bias. And bias on exaggerating, maybe having some fake thing and so on has to be considered also. And actually, the one if you go to Google and see the previous algorithm bias issue, there are some papers given, for example, MIT, you know MIT. MIT wrote on this. I have seen her paper. Actually, she do have paper on this algorithmic bias. So you can read and what is the issue of bias. Now, the biasness is very critical. Biasness in terms of culture. There is bias. For example, if you train maybe a health-related data, maybe the medicine that recommended by AI for a given country may vary, actually. I'm not sure, maybe professor may know this one, but if you consult AI tools about your health, okay, now I feel maybe some pain on my headache or my stomach, then what will be the answer for you? If you ask, for example, ChatGPT, I feel ill, my headache maybe, or stomach. So what will be the recommendation? You sleep? Or better to take some medicine maybe? Or you may go to some treatment centers maybe? Or what is the answer? I'm not sure. If you ask maybe ChatGPT, what is the recommendation? What it says maybe if you ask now, I feel headache. Can you ask maybe ChatGPT or go DeepSeek? Justin, can you ask DeepSeek? I feel headache. And what is the answer now? Enough, only take rest. If it gets worse, go somewhere and get treatment. Yeah, sometimes maybe if you are maybe in somewhere remote area and maybe rich in traditional medicine, you know traditional medicine. Do you have here in traditional medicine? Yeah, we do have, yeah. Depending on the culture, we do have traditional medicine. So do these tools advise you maybe to go there and have a traditional medicine? No, but we do have a value for this medicine. Yeah, we are not rejecting these traditional medicines, but these tools may not advise you to go there and get traditional medicine, but it has to be. It has to be because it is the value of the society. But these tools may not tell you. So, but what will happen if you have maybe some local AI? Are you going to include this traditional medicine or not? Is my question. Are you going to include? in your AI, if you have your own AI tool, consulting your health, maybe the health of the society, are you including go to please traditional medicine? No?
I mean, maybe if it's proven to work, if it's like 100% going to work and like it's medically proven, I would, but most of it, maybe not.
I mean, I'd include it because it's cheap usually. Cheap. And it's easy to get. Yeah. But usually it's not medically tested. That's the thing.
Yeah. Actually, it's, my issue is we need to consider. Yeah, we need to consider because it has value, societal value. We do have some medicines, traditional medicines that can cure you. Yeah, it's fact. There may be some inappropriate use, but they can cure you if you take a traditional medicine. We do have a great value for traditional medicine in Ethiopia. And now even you can get license, yeah, from the government to do have the traditional medicine. Yeah, you can take certificate of having this traditional treatment. So this has to be considered. Yeah, yes. Actually, they are not medicinal doctors. Yeah, they get from traditions, from their ancestors. They can transfer knowledge from their ancestors and go through year. Even there are some medicines that cannot be maybe informed to others. They know only. Then if you go there, they can treat you and well. So we miss this value actually in these tools. But my opinion is they have to be considered. I'm not sure maybe, but these cultural values has to be included with great care actually. Yeah, I'm not saying we need to incorporate everything that has not been proven, but with great care, we need to have consideration in having such knowledge in our system. And now, as I'm working now in the South Africa, they are working on medicinal plants, and they have obtained the information from those individuals who know how the plant is used as a medicine. They collect it and bring to the lab, and they make it a bit have further process, and they use it as a medicine, and that has to be put in the database and referred for maybe medical treatment. That is my point. Anyway, oh, sorry. The other is biasness in the language. Maybe this is English. You see this, the English version? It says, the doctor has arrived at the hospital and does many things. And this is Amharic version, the translation, our language. So, who? The answer, who? Huh? The doctor. He or she? Yeah, both. But in Amharic, in my language, we do have gender-based language. So, but this version missed in here. It considers only the male. Is, do you read that thing is automatically that male doctor? it assumes no female doctor. The same. As no gender. Yeah, in my language, this is a big problem. So there is business on the Google translation. Yeah, so we need to have more work on this area, and we try to see this as a gap, as a problem, and write some proposal and have some grant, and we are working a bit to include maybe on this language both doctor means not only male. It has to say in Amharic for male su and for female swa. They are different sounds. But it ignores the female doctors, no female doctor.
How about the name, the gender name?
Actually, no, there may be female. The same, yeah. Yeah, sometimes.
Like Andrea, in his sign signature, they will say he, him. Andrea could be a female.
Could be, yeah, the same in Ethiopia.
Andrea, before we go to the female bathroom.
Yeah, we do have the same name for male and female in Ethiopia. The same name. So we have to distinguish he or she. Yeah, he or she. But my concern is now this tool, the Google translation tool, misunderstand the language. That is the problem. Oh, okay, almost on the way. But I yesterday maybe I have mentioned this one in the same almost. I tried this problem in even DeepSeek, the same. They do the same thing. The gender issue. The DeepSeek, the Copilot, they make wrong for this Amharic. They bias. Only the male are doctors. So yesterday, professor reacted on this one. By the way, you see this? This is the chat GPT, sorry, DeepSeek. Tell me about China. And it says this one.
They become dipshit, not dipstick.
Deep chip. You see? Yeah, this is the answer for me. Sorry, that is beyond my current scope. Let us scopes. This is the answer. And professor maybe suggested why this happened. Yeah, yesterday. But still, politics, AI politics. So, but when I ask, tell me about Indonesia, it gives me this one. The same tool. The same tool. So, yeah, I think there should be some consideration. Yeah. Deep chip, yeah. I actually I'm worrying actually why this happened. And yeah, we need to have many algorithms. That is my concern. We need to adopt our local algorithms that can consider the context and others, not to be in the hands of few pupils. Yeah, I think I have already completed my time, and we need to have some technique to preserve our diversity. We need to have some trust and sustainability. And actually, we have to work on yours, on the young generation, on this regard. Thank you.
Okay, while we wait for Dr. Zudi's laptop to back up again, uh, is there any questions from audience in this room first, before we deliver the question from the Zoom or YouTube? If you have any question. Okay, Pak Dedi.
Thank you for the presentation, Dr. Zidi. My name is Didi Sugiarto. I would like to ask about latest technology related to the cultural heritage. Yeah. Maybe in Indonesia, we have many challenges about the innovation of new medicine, maybe for the to cure new cancer, or to search about new material of the electrical battery that we have discussed from Prof. Benz this morning. Is this any relation to AI for cultural heritage and to transform them to the innovation? Maybe when could we make the digitalization of maybe food or plants, and we can transform to the innovation of new material or new medicine. Yeah. So we are not looking for the past, but also looking for the future. I think this is my question. Thank you.
You want to answer? If you have any questions and not quite confident in your English, please ask in Bahasa. I will try to translate.
If I got your idea, maybe I think we have to look forward, but at the same time we need to have back. Yeah, maybe unless we do have the back, we cannot go further. Maybe if we go even, it may not be true. There may be some technologies very dynamic and maybe fast, but these technologies has to be based on our maybe back history. Yeah. Sometimes if you explore maybe those tools, yeah, they can consider what they have found in maybe in the website or whatever they can extract from different sources. But it's not that much maybe very well organized. And sometimes they misunderstand. Maybe the history of Indonesia. If you ask maybe the history of Indonesia, maybe, and you may get answer. And if you read maybe critically, you may found some problem in the result, I'm sure. But we are not maybe reading critically. If you read critically and if you are a historian, the answer provided by the tool may have a problem, because those tools are considering the resources available in somewhere, maybe in the website. We don't know who wrote maybe that article on the website, but those tools may use as a source. So because you don't know, maybe I mean those companies maybe, or Google or Microsoft or any other current companies may not know the history of Indonesia. They don't have maybe a person who works there to develop this algorithm. They use external sources. And that has to be verified by the experts from the countries, maybe person, maybe a historian. We do have historians that know the history of Indonesia. And we do have also experts from Ethiopia that well know the history of Ethiopia. But they are not consulted to do on that software. So the same thing in curing diseases, maybe the current maybe issue of cancer. Yeah, I'm not sure. Sometimes in my country there are some pupils who say maybe, oh, this may cure cancer. Yes, actually, I'm not sure whether it is validated or not, but traditionally they may say, oh, I can cure this cancer using this plant. Yeah. And sometimes they certify, yeah, some plants can cure the cancer. But the problem is they are not exposed to maybe experiment in the lab, that plant. Yeah, but if you take it, that plant from somewhere in rural area and maybe make it as a lab result and do something, that may be cure actually the cancer. But that knowledge is not included in recent tools. That is my concern. But in the future, those algorithms has to be localized and consider maybe the facts, the values, the cultural values is my actually argument. I argue still, and I'm working on local issues. And I think you may have done before in here, you may have some issues related to localization of algorithms. We need to have localization of algorithms, not maybe, actually I'm not saying they are not important, maybe the others, but we need to have our own local algorithms that consider us, that consider our value, that consider our culture is the point. If I got you, maybe your question. Okay.
You want to present again? We'll go to questions. Okay. Okay. Ada yang mau pakai bahasa Indonesia, silakan.
About Ethiopia or
ya, mau tentang budaya Ethiopia mau ditanyain tadi. We have 2 questions already from Bu Chandra in Zoom. Bu Chandra is our head of program study, the Bachelor of Information System. I will read her questions. Maybe you can read as well. Yeah, I will try to summarize her question. So, what is the role of information system in helping modern technology, AI, to preserve cultural heritage, especially in Indonesia? Okay, thank you. You can answer. Okay.
Okay, thank you for having the question. The question is how we use or utilize AI to preserve culture. Yeah, since a tool, it can be used to digitize our culture. Now the point is we have to use critically and responsibly, but we need to use AI to preserve our culture. Yeah, we are rich in culture. You are rich in culture. Yeah, we are also rich in culture. But we need to keep this culture for the future generation. But how? The how is very important. We have to have an institution that maybe have a framework to guide how we preserve our culture. And we can have a platform to promote the culture with this originality, not having some specularization, which is the artifacts, maybe over exaggerating, undermining, and so on, has to be removed from such cultural related digitizations. Otherwise, we can use AI to promote our culture. Yeah, you can have platforms to promote the culture, the clothing, the food, everything is possible. But the concern is now not to miss some value, as I have repeatedly said. But we can use this tool, but we need to have some rules. I think professor yesterday, as mentioned, for example, AI used for the society. There are countries who use AI for the people. They use it properly to benefit from the technology, not to benefit maybe the government only. Actually, the government is for the people. If we do have such a government, we use it, AI, for the benefit of the people, for the benefit of the culture, for the benefit of the society. But the proper use has to be managed by a given authority. There should be some authority. Not everyone has to put the culture, the heritage, the values in somewhere else with maybe some distortion. If you distort it, that is might be inappropriate to transfer to the young generation, because they miss it. They miss it, the previous one, the original one, think of, oh, this is true. But actually it's not true. And there should be a body that controls this at government level. That is the point. But we can use AI to preserve culture, value. So that was one of the questions raised in the comment, yeah? Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Zuri, for the answer. Due to our limited time, I have to tell you that we have reached the end of the session today. We gave applause to Dr. Judy for a great presentation and answer. Before I close this session, I will give summary for this session. Firstly, thank you, Prof. Zudi, for interesting this, culture heritage of Ethiopia, including the beautiful girls. And then from the AI perspective, I think we agree from in this audience. I feel that Asia conference spirit is reawakening from this session. So I may say that AI sovereignty, our sovereignty in AI should be considered in the future. Maybe Indonesia and Ethiopia can collaborate together in this field. Prof. Wen, maybe we can initiate such initiative. Maybe that is from me, the moderator for today. I will give back to MC Hasna. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Our sincere appreciation goes to our distinguished guest lecturer, Dr. Zwidi Mosi Erune, for the highly informative and thought-provoking presentation. And we'll also like to thank our moderator, Mr. Anung Balianto Ariwibowo, MCOM, for guiding the lecture and discussion session so professionally. Ladies and gentlemen, today's presentation and discussion have certainly enrich our understanding of Ethiopia cultural heritage, responsible artificial intelligence, gender bias, and inclusive digital transformation. Please join me once again in giving our guest lecturer and moderator a warm round of applause. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed with the presentation of the Certificate of Appreciation plaque and souvenir to our distinguished guest lecturer. May I respectfully to invite Professor Dr. Insinyur Rianti Dewi Aryo Bimo as a, thank you, to come forward and present the certificate, plaque, and souvenir to Dr. Zui Moshi Erune. May I also invite Dr. Zui Moshi Erune to come forward. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome them with a warm round of applause. Please look so professional. Please look toward to the official camera. Thank you. Okay. Okay. And then for our moderator, please give a big applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed with the official photo session. May I kindly all distinguished guests, lecturer, students, on-site participants to stand in their respective place. Please stand up for all participants in this place. And for participants joining us via Zoom, are kindly request to turn on their camera for the virtual documentation.
Ya, ambilnya dari sana aja. Dari pintu. Ah, Indo, Ricardo, backup 0,6. Hitung tuh.
Okay, you may now return to your seat. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may now return to your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the conclusion of today's International Guest Lecture Program. On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to express our sincere appreciation to our distinguished guest lecturer, Dr. Zui Musi Erine, for sharing valuable knowledge, perspective, and experience with us. And our sincere gratitude also goes to Professor Dr. Insinyur Rianti Slamet Ariwi Bimo, ST Master Engineer IPU, the Dean of the Faculty of Industrial Technology, Universitas Trisakti, and Professor Ben Spardeman, PhD, and the delegation from Bina Nusantara University, and Mrs. Chandra Sari, MCom in Zoom, the head of the Information System Study Program, and our moderator, distinguished lecturer and invited guests, students, and all participants attending both on-site and via Zoom. Thank you for your presence and active participation in today's program. We hope that today's lecture will inspire further academic exploration, responsible innovation, and continued international collaboration between our institutions. We certainly apologize for any shortcomings that may have occurred during the program. I am Hasna Kornisa, your Master of Ceremonies. Thank you for kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone.